Hey, here we are, and it is a video time once again. Um, I've got my box of Dread, just came in, and to be honest with you, I don't have a freaking clue of what's supposed to be in this box. The only thing I could find that they were listing was they were showing the icon or a graphic for something called Elder Gods Awaken or Awaken the Elder Gods or something like that. I tried looking it up online to see if I could, maybe there was a movie that was called that, or something I hadn't heard about. The only thing I could find was, I guess, a series of books done by some author, and they're like borderline like horror, but from what I gathered, it's not just like straight horror, like scare horror. It's like erotic horror. Which, granted, I like to read, but I never really read those kinds of books. I like straight horror, like Stephen King and Richard Lehman, Graham Masterson, Simon Clark, stuff like that. Anyway, so I don't have a clue of what's in it. So truly be a surprise for all of us. But before that, I have another small box I want to open. I actually know what's in it, but it kind of relates to the box of Dread. Not this month, but a previous month. Because one of the things I got in one of my previous boxes was a little gift card for $5 for a website called Horror Decor. Um, and if you're a horror fan and you want to get some stuff for your house that's themed around that, then check out Horror Decor. I want to say it's .net, not .com. Probably try either one of them. And actually, I might still have. Actually, I threw the card away once I used it. Never mind. But anyway, I ordered something off of there, and it came in. And since I kind of basically used something from a box of Dread to get it, figure why not? Let's open it up. You can all see at least one item that Horror Decor sells. And the thing is, they do everything when you order it. It's not like they have it made up and it's sitting on the shelves just ready to go out when somebody orders it. They make everything to order, so whether you're getting, I think they have like a shower curtain, or whether you're getting pillows or a candle or whatever, they make it to order. So I think this took about 2.5 weeks from the time I ordered it to the time I got it. Alright, well, here's a little bag of trick or treat on it. Something inside of it. I don't know what this is. This isn't what I ordered. What I ordered is still in the box. Let's see what this is. Got a little, like, snake. Yeah, and it is. It's horrordecor.net. Says, make every day a living nightmare. And they are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. So punch it in, check them out. And I got some nerds, which is appropriate because I'm a bit of a nerd. I'll admit it. I'm fine. I eat a lot of candy, but once in a while, why not? Alright, anyhow, I'll tell you what this is before I actually show you. It's a candle. I'm not real big on candles. I'm a guy. Normally we're not. I have like 2 out in my dining room, and really the only reason I got them was because they actually kind of match the whole theme of my dining room, which my dining room is done where it's kind of like a Tuscan or Tuscany. I've got like grapevines, and got some what do they call it, lattice work up in the corners. Um, it's painted. It's got kind of a whole kind of like a villa feel to it, which is nice. And I actually use the table out there. Isn't very often. I'm usually sitting in front of my TV because it's just me. Now, when I fix dinner for somebody, you know, on the rare occasions, I've been single for a little while, so it hasn't been too often when I, you know, had a attractive lady over here for dinner, but um, I did have one a month or two ago, and you know, we used that room. But I don't very often like candles. Uh, but the candles I got are kind of got that whole like wine grape stuff on them, so they kind of fit. Anyway, so my choices were a little limited. And I didn't want to get something that I was going to be able to use, you know, the $5 gift card and then still have to have, you know, a bunch of extra cash to pay the balance. Because this was like before I got paid, so I didn't really have a whole lot of money. But I wanted to go ahead and use the card before I forgot about it. So, with all that being said, this is what I got. As you can see, they wrap it rather heftily in bubble wrap. So we'll struggle with this and get it open. Maybe. Alright. There you go. That's the candle. And even the eyeballs are actually made out of wax. So that, you know, if you do light it and use it, it all melts down. But why would you want to do that? I mean, if you're going to pay, I think I paid like $9 or something for this. Why would, I mean, that looks incredibly cool. Right there, just the way it is. Now, I wouldn't suggest maybe putting this one. I don't think I'll be putting this out on the middle of the dining room table if I'm trying to have a romantic dinner with a lovely lady. Unless, of course, she's like an incredibly big horror geek like I am, then that might actually, yeah, that might turn her on. You don't know. I always think, you know, this would be something like Polly Perrette's character on NCIS would have. Yeah, I could see her having like something like this on her dining room. She's like, you know, that whole goth. That she's just freaking hot. She is. Oh, yeah. Paula Perrette is just unbelievable. Anyway, so that's my candle of eyeballs. There. Looks really, I mean, it's hard to tell on camera, but it looks really, I mean, you can see like the veins in them and everything else. It's really like three-dimensional. I mean, it's not like they just colored it to look that way. I mean, there are actual like three-dimensional round looking eyeball things in there. Cool. And doesn't everybody need a jar of eyeballs? Why not? Alright. Box of Dread. Let's see what it is. What we got going on in here. Kind of excited. A little bit later, I'm actually heading to the Great White Slaughter concert. One of my Facebook friends decided to speak up. She was the first one to say something. Kind of looking forward to meeting her. I mean, I got a lot of Facebook friends that, I mean, either know through mutual friends or that I just have known from someplace before. Maybe I've actually even seen or even talked to them once in the past in person, but for the most part, most of them, that's the only place I know them is on Facebook. And, yeah, it's kind of a shame. And I'm not just talking not just about all, you know, the incredibly hot women that I have on my Facebook friends, and there are a lot of them. I mean, women, I mean, they're beautiful. All of them. They're all beautiful. Every damn one of them. But, you know, even, I mean, there's even like people I went to school with that I vaguely remember from school, but, you know, that was a long time ago. I don't remember their names, but outside of that, the only time, even ones that live locally, the only time we really talk to each other is occasionally on Facebook. So it's nice once in a while to actually get out and meet somebody in person and do something. So looking forward to it. We're going to have a good time. All right. Let's see. Well, we all know what that is. Packing material. All right, let's see. Oh, poster. Yeah, I'm not even going to say it. You all know what that means. In fact, you can probably all say it in unison right now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah. All right, for those few that maybe don't know what I'm talking about, frame. I'm going to need a freaking frame for this. If I can get out of the plastic. All right, let's see what. Oh, now this is cool. This is really cool. See, that is a tombstone with Freddy Krueger's hat on top, and it says R.I.P. Wes. For those of you that don't know, which anybody that really knows horror would know this, but Wes Craven was the mastermind behind. It helps to say if you actually say both those words separately and try to put them together. Mastermind behind the Nightmare on Elm Street series, among many other movies. I mean, he's done a ton of them, but he recently passed away. I'm going to say it was, I don't remember how long ago it was, but I want to say it was within the last 6 months. I don't think it's been that long. Truly lost an icon when it comes to the writer, director, producer in the horror genre. He's left a mark that in some ways will never be surpassed. And in other words, just brought stuff to the genre that he was really the first one to do. I mean, I've often wondered, how many other people before him had attempted or at least thought of trying to make a character similar to Freddy Krueger, and it just didn't pan out for them because they didn't have the what was really needed to do it. And Wes Craven comes along, and look at the success of the franchise now. Even now, when there's not necessarily new movies coming out on a regular basis, but people continue to do something. All right, here's something. So this feels like a keychain. Yep, keychain. Keep calm and Cthulhu Stegon. Stegon. I don't know. How do you fucking pronounce that last word? I don't know. What language is that? Alright. This again will not be used. Because I guarantee that little piece right there, within a couple days of me trying to use it, I'll have it in my pocket and I'll do something and it'll come out in 2 freaking pieces. So, that will just be put back with other stuff and left to be admired once in a while. Alright, next. There is a rather nice drawing rendering of Leatherface, and I'm assuming that is signed by the artist with the date 2015 on it. That's pretty cool. I'll have to look into seeing who the artist is, or whose signature it is. Looks like it's well, yeah, it looks like it says Rusconi. It says, I mean, you can see where he actually, you can't really see it right there, like actually on the picture it's got signed, but then he actually signed it in Sharpie too. that's pretty cool. I don't think I'll like frame that one. I actually have a frame for this already. It's cool. I bought actually went to Dollar Tree this last time. I think, you know what, box of dreads coming. Just on the off chance there's a picture in there, I'm gonna buy an 8x10 photograph or an 8x10 frame. So I did, and so I can frame this right away. Cool. But I don't think I'll be hanging this up out with all the other celebrity pictures I have in the theater room. Maybe I'll take and put this up in the library. I would kind of put it in here, but it wouldn't really kind of stand out in here. And I'll put it up in the library. I got some other, granted, they're like renderings of classic works of art, like Mona Lisa, and, water lilies, and can't remember what the others are. A couple of them, they're just, you know, reprints of famous paintings, but this would fit right in there. And I could see that in like the Metropolitan Museum of Art or something. The Louvre, however you pronounce it. It's called the Louvre, right? Almost sounds like the Union, because I mean that's pretty close to what some Europeans call the bathroom, the Louvre. Anyway, so that's for me. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, here is. Well, this is going to be kind of hard to see. Looks like a decal, Cthulhu, whatever. It's kind of a weird looking decal, though. It almost looks like it's. Almost looks like it's kind of like a iron-on type of transfer. Because the back of it's doesn't really have a sheet that you peel off. It's got kind of a textured thing like you would, you know, when there's iron-ons. I mean, I wouldn't think it's made for like clothing, though. It's probably made where you can, you know, wet it or something, and you transfer it to a smooth surface. I'll probably still put it on the bar, sides of the bar. If that's what it is, it'll work perfect up there. I think there's only one thing left in here. So, we got a pop vinyl of Cthulhu. Says Cthulhu, Master of Alia. I don't know how you pronounce it. It looks like it's R''Lyeh. You figure it out. The monster lies, dead but dreaming, in the city of Relich or Relia or whatever, a place of non-Euclidean madness, presently and mercifully sunken below the depths of the Pacific Ocean. Prison beneath the sea, he waits to return. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, there is a movie, Dagon. That's the name of the movie. It's based on an H.P. Lovecraft story. And I would relate this and the whole Elder Gods Awaken thing to that movie, because that's kind of what the premise of that movie was a seaside town that was inhabited by basically like these people were beings that were almost like sea creature looking. Yeah, I don't know how to really explain it. But they were almost like this secret sect or this group. I'm almost positive that this, you know, this elder god was, and part of the storyline of that movie. I'll have to watch it again just to check. But, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's amazing how many different franchises and different characters and stuff that this, Funko has for their vinyl figures. I mean, literally, pretty much anything that's on freaking TV or that's been on TV, you can find a pop vinyl figure for it. And they're actually fairly detailed for as simplistic as they are. They're very well done. And it's no wonder they're so freaking popular. Honestly, I had never heard of them until I got my first box and had one in them. They're definitely pretty cool. But anyway, enough jibber jabber. Sure, that's everything. Yep, that's everything. Let's see. That box of Christmas coming up, my damn dog barks at nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anyway, hey, shut up. God, so shrill sounding, make you lose your concentration. And he does it like out of the freaking nowhere. There's sometimes he'll sit there and he'll just like, for no reason at all, just start barking. In the middle of the night, start barking like at a corner of the room. I don't know. Maybe there's a freaking ghost or something. I mean, I've had some weird. I have had a few weird things happen in this house. I mean, this is an older house, built in 1920. Been some weird occurrences. I just kind of chalk them off to, it's an old house. But hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe get ghost hunters to come here and check it out sometime. Anyway, that's it. I think my next box should be probably comic block. It normally says it ships around the 25th. My first one I actually got, I want to say it was like on the 23rd or something, because they actually shipped it, a few days before the technical ship date. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. With the holiday coming up this week, it may actually be a little bit later. But anyway, that's the video. That's Box of Dread, Elder Gods Awaken for November. I had to think of what month it was there for a second. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey. Watch a little football. Sleep the rest of the day. Right? And don't screw around with your family too much. I know that's like one of the big pastimes a lot of family have on Thanksgiving. They all get together and then they just end up at each other's throats for no apparent reason. It's like the holiday has an adverse effect on them. Don't do it. Respect your family, because you never know when they might not be there anymore. You gotta live every day, especially with as fucked up as this world is now. I gotta say one thing real quick. You realize that 10 years ago, had any of us ever heard of ISIS? No, we hadn't. You know why? Because they weren't around 10 years ago. Okay? There was other groups 10 years ago. And you know what? Before those groups came along, before Al-Qaeda and the Taliban came along, guess what? There was other groups before that. And here's a little hint. Guess what? I'm not saying we shouldn't do anything, but even if we wiped ISIS out, guess what? There's going to be another fucking group come up doing the same damn shit. Okay? Instead of worrying about all of them over there and all those other people over there, here's what we ought to do. Train those people to stand up for themselves, pick up arms like we would here in this country if we were facing that threat right here. You can guarantee anybody that's able to get up and fight would probably do it. For our country. For the love of this country. That's what those people over there. I'm not saying we shouldn't take people in when they truly need help, but we got to make sure that we're taking in who we think we're taking in. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That part of the world, no matter what you do, there's always going to be some group over there taking up the reins, that same warped ideology, and they're just hateful. They're just going to hate people, period. No matter what you do, they're going to find somebody to want to go after. So even though, I mean, we should do what we can when we can, it should be here taking care of our own people, especially taking care of the people that fought these battles for us and for our way of life for so many years, and now they're being treated like fucking dirt. You know, they don't have. I think it should be. I should think they should pass a fucking bill that says that if you served a full tour, or and they would say if you serve 2 tours or whatever, you know, basically if you serve a certain amount of time in any one of the armed forces, especially in a foreign theater, then when you come back to this country, you are guaranteed respectable housing. You don't have to live on a damn street. Okay? In other words, set up, you know, if you need to, build some low-cost housing and have it governed by, you know, well, there's some people that have had some issues with the Bureau of Veteran Affairs and stuff, so maybe not saying it, but having governed by somebody that'll be impartial and do the right thing. And when these people come back, our men and women come back from serving our country, wherever it is, whatever it is, even when they're serving someplace that maybe we really had no purpose being. There have been a few times over the years when I've looked and seen us putting our men and women in harm's way for other people that, you know, they were perfectly capable of handling it themselves. But, you know, we've kind of become the police of the world, so we're almost obligated to do it these days. But yeah, that's what I say. Let's start and get on Congress to pass a bill stating that there will be, at the very least, low-cost housing. I don't care if it's just a 1-bedroom, 1 bath, and 1 other room to encompass, you know, just something small. But to get our veterans to where when they come back, they got someplace to go, to where they're actually treated like the human beings they are, and not just a piece of raggedy old carpet to be stepped on again and again and again. So my hat's off to our veterans out there, both past, which my grandfather was before he died. Well, not just before he died, but earlier in life he served. In the present, people that are out there risking their lives right now, fighting whatever the fight is, in particular, you know, this scourge on society that seems to be everywhere anymore, and of course our future military. So keep up the good work, and that's all I gotta say. I can ramble around on my views of that, and yeah, we'll save that for another day. As I said, happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you later.